Chilika is the first site to be included in the Ramsar sites from India. And coincidentally, India also became a signatory to Ramsar Convention in 1981. So the inclusion of Chilika in Ramsar site as a Ramsar site is very significant. Unfortunately, Chilika went through certain ecological degradation. So in 1993, Chilika was included in the Montreal record. Due to change in ecological character, this Ramsar Convention include them in the Montreal record, so that urgent and expeditious steps are taken for correcting the or restoring the system. So government of Odisha, rising to the occasion, created the Chilika Development Authority in 1991 as a kind of is a registered society, and it is chaired by the Chief Minister of Odisha. So CDA started restoration work with the carrying out certain study to trace the root cause of the degradation of Chilika ecosystem. And based on scientific recommendation, CDA went for a wide-scale consultation in form of national and regional workshop, and at the same time also wide-scale local community consultation. Based on that, in CDA developed a kind of action plan which is ecosystem based and which is adaptive in nature. Chilika Development Authority took a very strategic step in form of opening of a new mouth in 2000 to restore the hydrological regime and salinity gradient of the lake. It worked very well, and after 2000 we found that the lake ecosystem started improving. And looking at this, the Ramsar Convention carried out a Ramsar advisory mission in 2001, and they found that the lake ecosystem is significantly improved. The lake biodiversity has improved. At the same time, the fish production has also gone up. So the Chilika lake was removed from the Montreal record in 2002. And this is the first site from Asia to be removed from the Montreal record. And in 2002, Chilika Development Authority was also conferred with prestigious Ramsar Wetland Conservation Award. The core value of the restoration model adopted by Chilika Development Authority is: one, it is a ecosystem based approach, and it's a adaptive management plan, and it's based on science and being validated by the local community. The Ramsar Convention became quite impressed with the way the Chilika Development Authority is managing this Ramsar site, and we started adopting all the guidelines which are kind of developed by the Ramsar Convention. Secretariat of Ramsar Convention got a little bit interested to study what is happening in Chilika, and the Secretary General of Ramsar Convention, who also intended to come and see Chilika, because Chilika is now its global relevance, in the sense the Chilika model is being adopted by other wetlands, is cited in most of the international and national convention. So he became interested to come and see what is happening in the ground, and this is the first visit of Ramsar Convention's Secretary General to India and of course to Odisha. So he spent almost 3 days to 3 days and went around Chilika, saw everything starting from the hydrological intervention up to the community, then the SIPA program which is going on here. He met the fishermen, interacted with them, he interacted with the scientists.
a really wonderful and fruitful visit here. As I said before, the Ramsar Convention is a convention attached to the ground. Whatever we do should be translated into action on the ground. My feeling is usually happiness, because I have heard a lot about Chilika, and finally I have been able to come and see it and to talk to you and to see the challenges and to see how people are committed and how people are taking action. To see what are the real impacts of what we are doing with people. So it was really very useful, helpful for me to be here, to see all the stakeholders and to see the different groups with different interests working together for mutual benefit. It was really very, very helpful for me to be here and to hear from them the major challenges and how those challenges are addressed, and to see also the nature here, the lake itself, to see concretely the result of the action taken to address the restoration issue, and to see also for the future what the people need to do and what they are planning. I met not only the community, different group of users, but also scientific people assisting for understanding the issue and monitoring and to help and adjust. And this is helpful also to go to the decision maker, translate the scientific knowledge into policy.
In the work that we saw in Chilika, it's number one, the scientific basis of management of the lake, number two is involving the local community, and number three is looking at the whole institutional mechanisms by which all these three comes together. What was also interesting we saw in the governance structure of CDA is that you also have a political support at the highest level for the work that CDA is doing. This is very important, is unless the political system and the political will to support the activities of conservation, you can never get about conservation. All the work that is happening on the ground, if we do not have the right policy environment and the political patronage, you cannot really continue.
Management plan framework, which is developed again through the all 12 years experience by the Wetlands International South Asia in consultation with a very eminent scientist and the management plan framework is also peer reviewed by the expert. So the Ramsar Convention Secretariat is of the opinion that Chilika can lead the other Ramsar sites of the world, and it can set example, and this lesson learned here could be showcased in form of a case study, and he requested the IUCN to kind of carry it forward and document whatever has been, kind of good thing has happened and good lessons which are learned from here, and to disseminate it for the benefit of other site managers.
We are happy to see that even the Chief Minister is fully involved and part of the and chairing the board. The Minister of Environment and Forest, of course, fully involved and supporting all the stakeholders. So we really recognize here what Chilika is doing is what we expect from all contracting parties, to work on the ground, translate what they are doing from the ground into policy, and then support everybody for mutual benefit.
The strongest pillar of Ramsar Convention is the wise use of wetland, and in case of Chilika, I think it is well demonstrated that how if a ecosystem is restored and it is brought back to its kind of healthy condition, then productivity increases, and it can also kind of cater to the need of local community who depend on it because of the improvement in the productivity, and the ecosystem services which is provide, that also kind of takes care of the well-being of the people who live and depend on the lake. In case of Chilika, after the restoration, we found that the lake productivity increased, and at the same time the biodiversity also ameliorated. So both way, I think the fish production as well as the dolphin and bird population, it also triggered the alternate livelihood in shape of community-based ecotourism. So it's again a very good viable, it is emerging as a very good viable alternate livelihood for the local community. And the biodiversity, it's already kind of established that the diversity leads to resilience, and it also further ensures the kind of integrity of the lake, any ecosystem, particularly the lake ecosystem in this case. So the restoration has resulted in the increase in production, amelioration of biodiversity. At the same time, it has also kind of provided a very good opportunity for the local community, both for their livelihood as well as for the well-being. It's in fact in complete conformity with the principle of the wise use, which is advocated by the Ramsar Convention.
I have seen a lot, and I have seen many challenges, but I have seen also a lot of commitment from local community, different group of users. They understand that this is for them, and they understand that they are key stakeholders, and they need to work together and to consider all interests at local level. And they also understand that whatever they do would not be enough if there is no support from the government at the state level, and they need policy issue, they need policy integration, and they need also to look at what they cannot do and that other people can do, because managing this system is not just looking at the water body here, the lake here, the lagoon here. It is also to look at the whole hydrology. There is a lot of water coming upstream, and some of the water comes from different states. So all of that can have big impact here, and to make sure that the impact will not be negative, to be positive, and to conserve the value of here, we need to work with them also. So it is now something very important and showing the world that managing wetland is important and it need partnership at local level, at state level, at federal level, but also sometimes at international level.
In Chilika, we have got strategic partnership with a number of national and international institutions, including the Wetlands International, IUCN. It is also decided that IUCN will sponsor some of the exchange visit of the fishermen from these South Asian countries to Chilika, and the Chilika fishermen can go to some of the South Asian country to learn. So a cross learning, and both at the community level, at the scientist